Hello, everyone. Wild things are happening in the world, and including in the beer world, because this happened. Fiddlehead IPA in a 19.2 ounce can, or stovepipe. So since Fiddlehead can't send any of their kegs of this out, because it's been a extremely popular draft-only beer in New England for years, they decided to put them in cans. And what's funny is that the blurb on the back here explains that they only really used these cans before for special events. It's kind of ironic, but also kind of sad. I feel like I'll read some of it. I usually don't read labels, but this is a unique situation. From killer concerts to can't miss cultural affairs, this IPA has been brewed for unforgettable gatherings, just like the one you're experiencing right now, or unforgettable not gathering. They're the only places where you'll find these special cans. This tall, slender vessel of hazy liquid wonder you're holding is the only way to enjoy a renowned IPA without a tap. Blah, 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 blah. But it's like, it'll make sure you truly savor every minute of those moments. So, I don't know. Maybe it's not all sad, but let's just do it. I have grown to really love this beer when it's on tap. It's usually the cheapest IPA at the bar, and oftentimes the best. I actually got a picture of this once. I think I tried to do a video review, but most bars have horrible atmospheres for reviews. But I got this can to do now. So what's interesting is that it was canned 225, so that was like 3-4 weeks ago. Maybe that's just when they got the cans. I'm just confused because it was 3 days ago that on their Instagram they said they were gonna release these cans, and then they just got to Boston yesterday, and the way they acted it like it's just like a special thing that's happening right now because no one's consuming kegs, and they're not going to do it again once bars open. But they canned it way earlier, so I don't know the situation, but that's enough preamble. Let's just get to the beer. 6.2% alcohol. I'm using my gigantic Weissen glass for it. And this beer actually used to not be really hazy at all. It was a pretty good IPA back then, but then somewhere 2.5 years ago or so, it started looking like this. And it's really hard to not pour a massive head in this glass. And it looks good. It smells good. It looks just like it does at the bars. It's always a question of whether a brewery can can something and make it as good as it is on draft. It's quite carbonated, as you might be able to guess with that head there. But I'm getting lots of that aroma already. It's definitely some of the more classic hops. Probably Centennial, Columbus, Cascade even maybe. There's probably Amarillo, but I don't know. Simcoe's probably in there too. It's got some dank berry notes, but I don't know if there's any Citra Mosaic in this. Definitely not Galaxy. But a really intense, dank, green, but very fruity, very citrusy aroma. Like it smells really good, really, really, really good, really strong. It's really similar to Substance, I would say. I wish I had some cans of Bissell Substance because I could compare it with this right now. Bissell Substance even looks kind of like this too. So it's not murky, but a very solid haze in there. And just so many complex things happening. It's perfumey. It's got some, berry notes, almost purple drink, but then very, very ripe, juicy grapefruit. Good marijuana, dank bud, Hints of pine and sap. I think that's coming from Centennial. But let's just drink this thing. Very, very good. Very, very nice. Just like it is on tap, basically. Great job, Fiddlehead and Matty O, the owner, founder, brewer guy. Yeah. That is fantastic. I actually bought 6 of these because these cans aren't even selling for that much, but it kind of makes sense. And look at that head in there. Got some big bubbles. They're gonna pop eventually, but it's sticking around pretty darn well. And there's also a firm bitterness in this beer too. Not quite old-fashioned or West Coast style, but more than something like Harpoon IPA that's really mild. And definitely more than most of your hazy IPAs. This does not have that chalky hop bite at all, though. It's just a lingering, kind of sappy, pithy bitterness that reminds you of old-fashioned West Coast sort of centennial hopped beers. The one thing is the mouthfeel isn't super soft and gigantic and lush. It's only 6.2. It's not super sweet. And yeah, the bitterness does build up. This seems like a 50 IBU beer or something at least. And that's another reason why I really like it. It accomplishes so much. It's so complex. It's got the juiciness, it's got the dankness, it's got the haze, it's got, a substantial body for 6.2. But then it makes it finish really dry and spicy and clean and bitter. Wow, this is even more bitter than I remember it being. Yeah, love this beer. 4.5 plus 4, maybe 4.6 or something like that. Try to get your hands on this right now. A lot of places are doing deliveries. I just did an online order and went and picked this up. Support these breweries that need the help right now, because a big part of Fiddlehead's business was their draft IPA. Especially your tiny, small local breweries, so you can figure out a way to do it, buy some gift cards. But that's it. I'm at least happy that I got this baby.